Hi, it's Ruth Hamilton and I'm back with another craft video today. Thanks very much for watching. Today's video is going to be Tonic Studios Craft Kit 22 and let's get started. This is just an A4 piece of white card and I've scored and folded it in half. I've cut a piece of green textured card from the kit, just slightly smaller than the card itself, and I'm going to layer that onto the front. Tonic Studios Nuvo glue. Just the tape runner, it's very handy, so just centre that on and down it goes. So there we are. Now the biggest die in the set is a lovely large oval with a quite ornate edge to it, so I'm going to die cut that out from white card. Now the white card's not in the kit, but that's just one of the few things I've actually used that's not in the kit this time. So that's it nicely cut out here from the card, and that's a lovely edge on it. Just to get the little embossed detail on the leaves on the outside of that oval, if you want to take the die again and use if you're using the tangerine, you can use your green plate and the mat and then pop this inside. When you turn it over onto the green mat, you can actually probably feel it click into place. Yeah, so it's not going to move there once you get it centered properly. Yeah, that's it. And then hold it down with a bit of masking tape. Yeah, you can actually feel it just staying in the right position once you've got that on top. Put your white plate on top and pop it through the machine, and that's going to give you the nice little detail on the leaves, so once you take it out you'll see what I mean. There we are. I'll give you a nice little close up on that and you can see why it's worthwhile to spend a second or two doing that. I hope you can see that there, but it's nice detail on all of the leaves the whole way around. So there we are. That's that cut out. Now, what I've done is I have gone ahead with the large oval die. That's this one from the set, which fits just inside this. You can actually use that to cut the oval out from here and leave this as a frame with no centre. But what I've gone ahead and done is just cut it from another piece of white card, and I've got the large oval. So to decorate that oval, which I'm going to pop on here, what I want to do is just clear my mat a little, and there's a lovely little Nuvo spray with this one. It's the sparkle spray, so I'm just going to pop some down on my mat, away from that, and then something I don't normally use from the kits, but this time I just decided that the bubble wrap that's used to pack it doesn't need to be wasted either, so catch that on some of your bubble wrap and just create a random pattern. Use the bubble wrap as a stamp. There we are. And it can be as random as you like. There it is. That's the. It's got a nice kind of shimmer off it. Might just pop a little bit more on there because it's actually mostly the outside edge we're going to see in this, but I've covered the whole thing just to let you see how that will look. Is that nice? So now I'm going to just take some tacky glue and put it on the back of this large ornate oval, stick it to the card, and then we'll attach this piece. So just on the outside edges here with the tacky glue, a little drop in the centre as well, but mostly just to catch all those kind of delicate looking pieces on the outside. You want to make sure they're attached to the card, but not too much glue, otherwise it will sort of squidge out over the card. That's probably enough, I would say, and then we'll just centre that on the front of the card. That looks about right. Okay, that looks like it's caught in most places. Normally I would just set something heavy on that for a moment or two just to be sure that it's all evened out, but for now, there we are. That's it. Now, this piece has dried by now, so I'm just going to set this in the centre because it matches really well with that background there, but I'd like to sort of raise it up a little bit, so we're going to put some dimensional tape on the back just to give that a little bit of height. Pop that on. One more bit in the middle. There we are. Oops. Take the top bit back and off that. I like that. I'm not just sure whether you can see the sheen just as well as I can see it here, but the sheen on that's really beautiful. Front of the card, and then just pop that into the centre. Now, I've gone ahead and cut another oval with the smaller oval here, and then I'm going to take this, cut another one, and take this shape and cut the pattern into the centre of it. So I've only one cut at the moment, and then I'm going to cut a second. So I'm going to cut this one out first, pop that through, just pop it through the machine, and have this other one to hand. Once I bring this out, I'll cut the pattern out of that, and then I'll have two ovals, one plain and one ornate, to pop on top. But I think with that, the patterned background that's on the card now, we need something a little bit plainer to set on top. So there we are, the first oval, that's that one. And then I'm going to pop this one on top here and just centre that. I'll show you that. Just centre it in the die there. The die on top of the oval die cut. Hold it down so it's not going to go anywhere when you put it through the machine. Top plate on, through the machine. Just make sure you go down far enough. Sometimes I stop rolling the handle before the die is completely cut out, and then you have to go back again, but that's it. Yeah, all the pieces are cut out. Now, you've got this nice centrepiece that you can use for something, and you've also got a nice oval. Okay, so that's the piece I want to use, but I want to use it on top of this other plain oval. So I'm going to pop the pieces out of that, pop this on here with this oval on top. But before I do that, I'm going to create a pattern on the back of this. So this is quite heavily patterned, and I'm going to put this on top, and even though there's only going to be a small part of the outside of it showing, I don't want the two patterns to kind of compete and take away from the finished card. So what I'm going to do is use the stamp, one of the stamps that's in the set. It's this little floral stamp here. I'm going to stamp that with the Clear Mark embossing ink pad that comes in the set as well, and the shimmering pearl embossing powder. So I'm just going to ink this little stamp up and create a background on this oval. Plenty of, there we are. Oops, that's sticky. It's supposed to be sticky because that's the embossing powder then sticks to that, and you can just about see it from here, but I'll show you that in a second or two when I get it all stamped up and ready to roll. It's pretty random what I'm doing here, but I just want to make sure I've got some on most places that you'll see through the pattern. There we are. And then again, it's quite sticky, so it gives you a moment or two to work with it before you put the powder on. It's not going to dry like normal ink would do. And I'm not sure how much you'll pick up of that close up, but that may give you an idea. And now what I'm going to do, put it on a piece of paper, and that way you can catch your excess embossing powder. I don't want that to dry out while I'm working, so, and then give it a good coverage of lovely embossing powder. There we are. Tap that, shake that around that, make sure it's all caught. Oh yes, I can see that from here, that's lovely. Tap off the excess. Now, what you don't want to do is waste any of that powder, so I'll just pop that back in before I go any further. I don't want it blown away all over the place while I'm using the heat gun, so just pop it away now, and that saved any waste. And hold this up, and then grab it with the heat gun. Oopsie. And hopefully you'll be able to see what happens as the heat melts the embossing powder and gives it. No, it's starting to happen now. Hopefully you'll be able to catch that. Lovely. I always love that bit when the powder starts to melt and you see the totally different effect come out with something very, very delicate pattern on it. As I say, it's quite random because I wasn't too worried. It's a very, very rigid formed pattern wouldn't have looked right with the random kind of background that's on here, so that's it. There we are. And I hope you can get that. I can't see whether the camera's picking that up or not, but hopefully I'll catch a bit. And then I'm going to put this piece on over the top. Oh, I really like that. So just grab my glue again here and pop some small amounts around the outside and on the bits that are going to attach to that. Just a little. There. Now, and that goes on. That just fits perfectly over the top of that oval, so there we are. I do love the shimmer of that embossing powder when it's heated. There you are. Nice. So again, I'm going to pop that onto this with some foam tape just to give that another little bit of dimension. Three pieces should be enough. And there we go. Attach the shimmer. So I've gone ahead with some of the sentiment dies from this. There's two in it. One says All My Love. I've cut it out in white, and then you can use it on the background with the green again, but I've tried it on there and I think actually I prefer this one, which is Sending Hugs, because it's a lot finer and it just fits in nicely with the kind of card I've made. So I'm just going to pop that onto the back. Have a nice warm day, and the glue is drying up. There we are. Nice. And rather than just put it in the centre, because the rest of the card's quite, what's the word, symmetrical, yep. I think I just actually would rather have that on down there, just to, yeah. That feels like a nice place to have it. There we are. That's it at the moment. So, there are two different flower dies in it. There's obviously the flower stamp as well, two of them actually. So I could have stamped those, but what I've done is just go ahead and die cut, and I've tried them out in different colours just to see, but I've die cut some white ones, in 3 white ones in the bigger size and 3 white ones in the smaller size, and then I'm just going to shape them slightly with an embossing tool. So on the back, just this one actually, the bigger ball tool gives a better shape first of all, and that just sort of breaks down the fibres and makes that just a little easier to shape, rather than having just a completely flat flower on top of it. And then we'll do the smaller ones with this. We'll just use the smaller ball tool for that. Turn it over, poke it in the centre, just like that, and then we'll glue the centres into each flower, like so. into there and into there. Just give them another press down with the stylus, like so. Pop them off there, and then I'm going to put 2 at the top here and 2 down at the bottom. Like so. Let's move that around a little. Yeah, that's it. And that one down there, like that. And then I'm just going to take some of the, what's the colour? Crystal Drops Metallic Soft Mint. I just check that's coming out. Yeah. And we'll go to the centre of the flower. It's big. Oh, that's lovely, nice metallic. It gives a nice sheen like the rest of the elements on the flower. And then I think I'll just do a tiny dot in the centre of the embossed flowers. Yep, that's just nice. Now, just to finish that, because I think this may be slightly plain around the outside, I'm going to use the same crystal drops to give like a few berries beside some of these leaves. Not too much, because there's quite a lot going on in the centre of the card, so I really just want a few random dots of that. Don't particularly want to get them just in the same place, top and bottom. I would just like to. There we are. There's a lovely sheen off those. How does that look? Another one around about there. Possibly here. Probably do the last one. Very pleased with that. Yeah, that's nice.